Welcome to this astrological energy update for the month of January 2024. What awaits us in the first month of the new year? As the wind of change might bring a few surprises for the new year, and more on that in a moment. But first, a warm welcome here on my YouTube channel. And if you would like to receive a weekly energy update, then where you can see what's coming up, then please subscribe to my free newsletter where I share a lot of information every week with you. The link you can find to register below this video. And there is a free workshop on January the 20th about how you can read a Vedic birth horoscope. And if you are interested to learn more about Vedic astrology, then please feel free to sign up, and you find also the link below this video. But now let's start. What will happen in January? The year starts with super good energies as the great planet of luck and optimism, Jupiter, goes direct on New Year's Eve, after being retrograde for the past few months. And when a planet changes its direction, it becomes significantly stronger in its energy than usual. And that makes this new year transition so positive for big changes in your life. You can give your life a new direction. And also the planet Mercury, which has been retrograde since December the 13th. Also, Mercury will go direct again. And this means we start the new year with very optimistic and positive energies from Jupiter and Mercury. Jupiter brings new inspirations and wisdom and guidance for a fresh start in the sign of Aries. And the sign of Aries is about passion and your inner fire. And Mercury helps you to make concrete plans on how to implement your ideas. So it is a very special time to create new plans and ask yourself, what do I want to achieve in 2024? What do I wish to finally bring it into the world? And to formulate it as precisely as possible, and maybe write it down. Jupiter motivates you to take active steps towards your goals. And Mercury helps you to finalize and take also the steps to achieve your goals in your life. It's not a time for resignation. It is a time to start something new. What else can we expect in January? The planet Jupiter and Mars are in a Parivartana yoga. And I'm talking about Vedic astrology. This is a completely different system than the Western astrology system. Jupiter and Mars are in an energy exchange. Jupiter is the ruling house. Jupiter sits in the ruling house of Mars in the sign of Aries, and Mars sits in the sign of Sagittarius, which rules normally Jupiter. And they exchange their energies at the start of the new year. And this mutually exchange is very positive. So it is like Jupiter is in its own sign Sagittarius, and this is strongly emphasizes to find your inner wisdom and go for it. The truth wants to be seen and comes to light, and especially because the planet Sun is also in the sign of Sagittarius, and the Sun supports this process of finding the truth. And this even concerns to leadership positions, that the truth want to come out, and maybe also that secrets will be uncovered. These energies strive on a higher level, that they want to bring balance. Then on January the 11th, nearly at 1 p.m. Central Europe time, we have a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius, in the lunar mansion Purva Ashada at 26 degrees. And this is the fourth new moon in a row since the last solar eclipse at 26 degrees. And this is very significant and symbolize an important transitional period until the next solar eclipse. And this lunar mansion, Purva Ashada, is associated with the planet Venus. And Jupiter also has an aspect on this new moon. And at the same time, the Sun is at a 90-degree angle to the lunar nodes Rahu and Ketu. The lunar mansion, Purva Ashada, which lies at special fixed stars that are also connected to the topic of victory and also to be undefeated. And this lunar mansion also speaks about the truth, that the truth will always prevail, and sometimes at any cost. And Venus is located at this new moon in the previous sign, in the sign of Scorpio, in the last degrees where the tail of the Scorpio resides with its poisonous sting, where it also can bring up revenge and betrayal with these special energies. And with the Sun in the sign of Sagittarius, it is all about leadership positions. We will see how this will play out. And then we have Mars in an energy exchange in the sign of Aries. And this brings a lot of restless energies, also angry energies, that can manifest in debates and even in acts of violence by people who feel oppressed and not seen in their needs. Then we have the planet Saturn, and Saturn is at this new moon in a conjunction with the fixed star Fomalhaut. And Fomalhaut is one of the 4 royal fixed stars, very important star. And Fomalhaut assists us in our own healing process. And Varuna, the god of the cosmic waters, pours out his life-spending water and helps in healing from depression and mental illnesses. And Fomalhaut is also connected to bring light to the people, to humanity. A very auspicious star. And this star is also very much connected to astrology. So this is also a very good energy at the first new moon of the year. The Sun and the Moon, which are in a 90-degree angle to the lunar nodes, will also strongly activate the theme of health and disease, because the lunar nodes are located in the houses of health, which are Virgo and Pisces. And it may also mean that more comes to light about the topic of the virus and maybe also the topic of the vaccinations. On January the 18th, Venus moves into the sign of Sagittarius, which is also a very good energy to engage with spiritual themes and connect with your own inner guru, your own inner wisdom, your own inner truth, and look in your own horoscope what the sign of Sagittarius represents in your chart, what life area it pertains to, and this will be activated with Venus in the sign of Sagittarius, and this will help to bring up more inner wisdom. On January the 20th, we have an exact conjunction of the Sun and the planet Pluto at 5 degrees in the sign of Capricorn. And this year, 2024, Pluto will reach the exact degree where Pluto was at the time of the founding of the United States Constitution. It is very significant this year for the USA, and also due to the solar eclipse passes I spoke about in another video. You might have heard about this, that the solar eclipse in April and also the solar eclipse path in October, they will intersect near Texas in the USA, and this is very significant. This can bring up great changes in the government of the USA and also in the possibility of a split of this big country, and maybe changes in the party system and how the country will be governed. We will see how this will play out. Then we have a full moon on January the 25th in the sign of Cancer at 6:35 p.m. Central Europe time zone in the lunar mansion Pushya in the sign of Cancer. And this lunar mansion Pushya can often be very carrying when it comes to taking care of others. But this nakshatra can also be very strict about religious views and belief systems that allow no compromises. And Mars has its 8th aspect to this full moon and will contribute fiery energies, which means that there can be more conflicts where people insist on their rights and do not accept the opinions of others. And then we also have the planet Uranus. The planet Uranus, which has been retrograde for the past month, and Uranus will go direct again on January the 27th at 25 degrees in the sign of Aries. And the energies of Uranus brings often unexpected and sudden changes, and especially if this planet is stationary and very strong in its power. And Uranus can also bring new technologies, new wisdom from higher levels of consciousness that can help us to improve our lives here on Earth, to understand more and more that our life is determined by our energy and especially our frequency. Uranus makes us more receptive for informations from our higher aspects, our higher self, our soul, that wants to help us to find our way. At the end of January, all planets will be moving forward, which is a good and positive energy. It is very nice, and it is good to plan and embark new projects, especially if you allow yourself to find and to live your own inner truth. So use these very positive energies to realign your life in the most beautiful way. And please share this video with like-minded people. And thank you so much for listening. And I love you. Namaste.